the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
So, on the other side note, we got to talk about the Chicago Bears because I have to say this. The fall off is coming. That was the beginning of the fall off. Let me tell you, and I'm not talking about J. Cole. I'm talking about falling off. The Bears are going to fall off this season. That game, mark my words, is the beginning of what we will see as a colossal fall from grace from the Chicago Bears because they, at that point, were 4-2. Now they're 4-3. Mark my words, by the end of the season, I guarantee you the Chicago Bears will only win 7 games. They are going to win 3 more. They'll win 3 games at best from this point on. Look at their schedule. It doesn't get any easier. Now, Arizona Cardinals, they can win that game, but after that, it doesn't get easier. Maybe they can beat Seattle, but besides that, good luck because you have the NFC North. You got the Packers twice. You have the Lions twice. You have the Vikings twice. And they obviously, I said Seattle. They have Arizona, and I may be missing another team. But those are the teams that they're going to have to face. Those are the teams they're going to have to face. And I'm telling you right now, I don't see no more than 3 more wins for them. And if they only win 7 games, guess who's going to get fired?
They got San Francisco too.
Oh my God, San Francisco too. And Christian McCaffrey is going to be back by then. They're cooked. They're cooked. Shane Waldron. We were people were applauding him for that game against the Jaguars in London where Caleb Williams threw for 4 touchdowns. Let me tell you something right now. By the end of the season, we're going to be looking at Shane Waldron like this guy should not be calling plays anymore. He should not be an offensive coordinator for no other team because what transpired against the Commanders was a disgrace. A disgrace. Commanders don't even have a good defense. Like they're a bend but don't break defense. Yeah, they played a lot better, but dog, come on. You got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. Come on, bruh. And you can't. I think Caleb, did he even have 100 passing yards?
Yeah, he did.
He had 100. I bet it was barely, though. I bet it was barely. He was struggling. He was resorting back to week 1 and week 2 of the season. Bruh, it was so bad. Did you remember that play? I think it was either second or third down. And, he was trying to throw the ball to Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen's like right across from him. He was on the left side of the field. And for whatever reason,
He
Caleb
sailed
Williams
it out of
just
bounds.
he sailed it out of bounds. I'm like, what is going on? And when I saw that, I was like, the Bears better be careful because they could break Caleb Williams. I'm dead serious. We saw this with the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. If the Bears are not careful, Caleb Williams could end up in the same predicament as Trevor Lawrence because Caleb Williams, all that progress that he made, he resorted back to week 1 and week 2. Well, I wouldn't say week 1, but week 2 in some cases. He was inaccurate. He just looked uncomfortable. And part of that is the play calling. Part of that is bad coaching. The Bears, this is why they're the Bears. This is why they can never get the QB right. It's because of stuff like this. They have the wrong coaching and they draft these QBs and they expect them to be Superman. They expect them to make all the plays and overcome this and overcome that. It does not matter how talented your QB is. If the coaching is not right, if the play calling is not right, they're going to struggle. And with Shane Waldron, he has not made it easy for Caleb Williams to succeed at all so far. And this is going to continue for the rest of the season because the second half of the year is not going to get easier for them. And this offense is going to get exposed even more. The fact that you couldn't move the ball down the field against the Commanders, what do you think these other teams are? I bet these other teams are like, man, they like, this is food. This is easy money. They looking at that film, they like, they got all these receivers and they can't move the ball against these guys? Bet. We about to shut them down. We about to make Caleb Williams see ghost out there because the offense is just, There's nothing creative about it. There's nothing innovative, dynamic about it. It's just bland and boring. The only reason they were able to stay in the game is because DeAndre Swift, he had that long run that resulted in a touchdown, and then late in the game, Caleb Williams he came in the clutch. I ain't gonna lie, he did his thing late in the game, but that should not happen. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
Now, I did take a Hail Mary, but they should have won that game going away. I ain't gonna lie. But because of bad play calling, because of Caleb Williams resorting back to bad habits, they lost. And I'm not sad at all because they're the Chicago Bears and I'm a Packers fan. But at the end of the day, like you got to help your quarterback out. And it just seems like the Chicago Bears, like 10 for 24 for 131 yards passing. That's just bad. That is his stat line from week 2 against the Texans. You can't have that. You can't do that to your rookie QB. That's supposed to be one of the more talented QBs we've ever seen come out of the draft. It's just abysmal, man. It is so disappointing. It's really disappointing. And then I'm looking at Jaden Daniels' stat. Yeah, he had 38 attempts and he only completed 21 completions, but he had 326 passing yards and he had a touchdown, a passing touchdown. So it's completely different. He had a 92 QB, a 92, I think it was. I don't know if that's passer rating or quarterback rating, but just comparing it to Caleb Williams.
I'm pretty sure that's passer rating was 92.
Passer
QBR
rating?
was 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
So passer rating 92.7 and Caleb Williams is 59.5. You're not going to win that way. You're not going to win. But man, shout out to Commanders. I know you're pissed off right now. I know you can't stand
Not really, actually.
Really? You're
No,
cool with it?
actually. Listen. I'm at the point where my go hardness for the Cowboys is starting to dwindle, and I no longer have the energy to be upset or hate on teams that are actually doing the right things with their organization. I can
Okay.
dislike the fans, whatever, but the fans, I mean, they haven't really been annoying me as much, honestly. So yeah, I mean, I don't have energy to hate on them. I ain't happy for them, but I can't hate them. But I will say this about the Bears.
Yeah.
A few things. This is mostly on the offense side. Yeah, the defense side, there was issues. They were dealing with injuries. Kyler Gordon wasn't playing and things of that nature. But it blows my mind at some of the stuff Shane Waldron was doing, especially down the stretch. I mean, seriously, I don't know what's up with these coordinators and teams waiting until they get down into dire situations to actually start doing stuff that works. Where was the tempo the entire game? And why? Like, there was one play, for example, the Commanders were easily showing blitz. And I think the Bears were, I don't know if they were 4 out or whatever they was doing. But I was okay. I was like, there's a blitz. Something should be going across the middle of the field. And the play snap, everyone just ran straight. I'm like, yo.
Was this the fourth quarter?
I don't think it was a full quarter. I don't know what part of the game it was. Actually, I can look it up.
Well, yeah, regardless, you're right. You mentioned that play.
It was because I complained about it in a group chat, and it was like 6. Actually, it was in the fourth quarter. It was in the fourth quarter because I'm like, they were like, it was literally anybody. If you even played 2 hours of Madden, you would be able to, okay, this is the blitz, because they stacked the front, the freaking. It was like 6 dudes right there. And I'm like, they're easily blitzing up the middle. Come on now. And then besides, I'm used to watching the Dan Quinn defense, so I know exactly what some of these looks look like. I'm like, dog, this is a blitz. Have something going across the middle of the field. Like, as Shane Waldron, as offensive coordinator, you need to have counters within your scheme. Like, I know Kyle Shanahan, they may not audible much at the line. Like, you don't see Brock Purdy doing a whole bunch of audibles because in the play call, there's literally checks to be, okay, we have this counter if they show this. And if not, we're just gonna run whatever we got. There's nothing of that in Shane Waldron's offense. That blitz should have been like, hey, whatever you want to signal for, a slant, drag, whatever. There's no way everyone should have just been running down the field when there's 6 men running at your QB. Unacceptable. And that goal line call, first of all, why are we handing the ball to the lineman at the goal line? That's some stuff you do when you up multiple scores, not when you down, when you trying to come back and win the game. Are you crazy? And then daggone DJ Moore, like he was confused why they called that crap. He was like, I ain't think we was gonna call it right there. They shouldn't have called it right there. That is absurd to me, man. That was such a miss. Again, I'm not taking all blame off Caleb Williams because he sailed a lot of throws, missed a lot of throws that he should make because I know he has the talent to do. But at the end of the day, his coaching ain't helping him out. I mean, seriously, it was ridiculous the amount of times I'm like, yo, what are these routes being called? Seeing dudes just run straight to run up the field and turn around. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the most unimaginative play calling and route combinations I've ever seen. It's absolutely. I don't know why Shane Waldron even has a job at this point. I don't care what the record says. You gotta fire him.
So
I was like, oh
you
no,
mentioned
we 4-3. The season say no, not with that dude calling plays. I'm firing him. We seen it in Seattle. The Seahawks was okay. They was doing good, and then Shane Waldron happened. The teams got used to the offense, and then it was cooked. And he's a criminal. DeAndre Swift was averaging 7 yards a carry. Why were they not running the ball more?
I don't know.
Man, how many carries this dude had? He had 18 carries.
Yep.
And he was averaging over
20,
he was averaging 7 yards per carry.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, you mentioned that play, right? And the thing is that it's called hot route. It's hot routes, right? So like if there's a blitz, you know, you're telling your receiver like, hey, I need you to change your route so we don't get any yards lost trying to get a quick route real quick to your receiver. And they don't do that. It seems like they don't have a hot route. They don't have hot routes for the receivers in case there's a blitz. And that's the problem, because you're seeing a lot of pressure being put on Caleb Williams, and he's having to get the ball. He's running around trying to make things happen. And at the end of the day, like Shane Waldron, the play calling is going to hurt him at the end of the day. And this is how you break a QB. This is how you mess up a QB, when you don't have a plan in case this happens. And it doesn't seem like there's much of a plan in place.
Nope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that schedule ain't getting much easier, like you said. So, Godspeed. You may be able to get one on the Patriots and Cardinals, but after that, there's going to be some dog fights. Every week is going to be a dog fight. So, good luck. I don't know why they thought hiring Shane Waldron was a good idea. I just don't.
I don't understand why they kept Matt Eberflus. I told people
at least gets the defense ready to play. Defense played relatively well. Except, Tyreek Stevenson was doing whatever he was doing. I don't know what's wrong with him, but
he would be a great coordinator. But in terms of overseeing the entire operation, that's just not who he is, because his team is not disciplined. Tyreek Stevenson is a perfect example of your team, your players not being disciplined. Like, why is he just barking with the fans? He's talking trash to the fans and not paying attention to the last play of the game. See, this is some of the stuff. There's flags being called. It's just this team, the mentality of the team is a reflection of the head coach. And it just seems like this Bears team, for whatever reason, they just don't have it. They're not mentally there yet. And in order for them to improve, they're going to have to get rid of this coaching staff. They're going to have to get rid of the head coach, because he's not that guy that's going to take to the promised land. And for the GM to not fire Matt Eberflus after what happened the previous season, hey, I'm not mad at it. Ryan Poles, I'm not mad at it, because I'm a Packers fan. So if they want to keep doing stupid stuff, by all means, go right ahead. But it just makes no sense.
Just let me be me.